And here we are with the last of the negative one shots. We have Krista with us here today. How are you doing today, Krista?
Not bad. Have my voice back, ready to go.
That's good. So we're just gonna ask a couple of questions. It's tradition at this point when we have a new player. Just gonna ask you 3 questions, okay?
Yep.
First, how long have you been playing D&D?
I want to say like 5 years, but I'm not really sure if that's true or not. Something like 5 years.
That makes sense, yeah. Because I know we started playing around the same time in the same game.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite part about playing D&D?
The stories, listening to the stories that people come up with and the crazy things that they do. It's just great for creativity, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, what are your hopes and or expectations for the game going forward?
I would like there to be a lot of fun. I'm interested in seeing you as a DM because that sounds super cool. And I know that you are very creative. And this is my first time trying out like a character voice. So I'm hoping I don't fuck it up the entire time.
I'm sure everything will be fine. We're not professionals or anything yet, hopefully. Hopefully we're
No.
not judged too much. I know I've fucked up a couple of accents so far. But yeah, with that, we'll get everything set up and we'll be back in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
So we start today in the capital city of Galterra one final time. Nestled in the market district is a small building, and in the bottom of that small building is a flower shop owned by the one and only Bliss. Do you want to go ahead and describe your character?
Sure. So Bliss is, I'm already forgetting what word you gave me for their race.
Historian, but you can just say minotaur.
Yeah, he's a minotaur. He's big and very furry and has the horns and everything. He also wears like a tunic, and he's just like exactly how you would imagine any type of like hippie flower store owner to be. And it's important that flowers is always in air quotes. This is a flower shop. So he's just kind of like a hippie, chill dude who's a botanist and sells flowers.
Awesome. It's about the middle of the day. It hasn't been incredibly busy in your shop. You have a little assistant running around who's just kind of watering the flowers that are out front.
I'm talking to them to bring them their good vibes for the day.
Go for it.
Just kind of like giving them empowering messages.
Go for it.
I don't want to have to say what I'm saying to the flowers, just that I am telling them nice things.
Oh, I thought you were talking to your assistant, but you're talking to the flowers. Okay.
No, I am talking to the flowers.
You talk to the flowers kind of in a very hushed tone, very kind of almost doesn't sound like you're saying words, almost just like a sound like a flute or something much more musical. And the flowers seem to kind of sway and move as you speak to them. Like as you move past them, when they stop moving, they kind of stand up nice and firm for you. After a little bit, like you go around and you sing to the flowers, you see a human lady walk into your shop. They look fairly poor. Eyes are pretty gaunt, and they look scared almost, and they are carrying a paper envelope.
Okay. I stand up from my like cashier desk or whatever, and I say, "Hey, welcome to Bliss's Bloom and Buds. How can I help you today?"
Well, I was told to give you this. And she puts an envelope on the table there, and it just shows a symbol of a large tree,
Okay.
and particularly a weeping willow.
Okay. All right, then I pick up the envelope and kind of look at it just to see like if there's anything else that I'm missing on it. Perception?
Yeah, perception or investigation.
All right, that's a 16.
Okay. You don't see anything on the outside of it, but it does feel a little heavy.
Okay. Then I will gently open it and pour the contents out onto my desk.
Okay, so as you open it, you pour it out. A couple of gold pieces drop down. There's 5 gold pieces that fall out.
Ooh, okay.
And inside the envelope is a very small piece of parchment.
All right, I take out the parchment. I assume I am to read this.
All that it says is hemlock.
Hemlock. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, friend, who gave this to you?
Just someone that said that they could help me with my husband.
Your husband? Okay, you wanna give me some context here? Because I don't know. I don't know what exactly this is about.
Oh no, this was a bad idea. This was such a bad idea.
No, man, no, it's all good. Copacetic.
I'm gonna have you roll a history.
That is 18.
18. Okay.
Yeah.
Going off of the symbol you saw on the letter,
Mm-hmm.
you have heard of a kind of mysterious group that helps women in need called the Willows.
Mm.
I'm so sorry to have wasted your time. They gave me the letter and told me to come to you for help.
No, absolutely. Do you or you looking to buy some plants? I sell a lot of plants. I sell hemlock. You know, everything I sell, all sorts of plants.
As you say the word hemlock, they're already very pale face, kind of goes paler, and they're like, what does that do?
And any other plants. And any other plants. So many plants. Just look around.
Do you think we could talk in private?
Yeah, absolutely. Come back to my office. There's gonna be a door. It has like a beaded curtain, as one would imagine. We have to go through there.
Okay, so you take her kind of out back, and you see kind of up on like her wrists and up on her arm, she has bruises. They look like they've been from different. They all have like different ages. Like some are a little bit more fresh. Others have started to go kind of brown around the edges.
Right. So, I see you got some bruises there. Do you fall into something?
Yes. Sorry, I'm very clumsy.
Yeah. Are you looking for something, some type of remedy to help that for you? Because I might be able to find a plant that'll help you with the clumsiness, the getting hurt.
That I would, yes, if you could please. I've been falling for so long, and
Yeah, it looks rough.
yeah, yes.
Right. Yeah, right on. I think we could definitely make you up a tea that'll help settle you and make it so that you fall less. You just have to be real careful with the dosage. You don't want to drink too much of it because it'll make you real sick. If
Okay.
I give you the tea, you want to make sure that you don't drink too much because if you give any more than, say, I don't know, say more than like a gram, it's not going to be good for you.
No, that would be bad. How much would be too much?
I would say 2.5 grams would be way too much for a person your size, or even just a little bigger.
Okay. Yes, please.
I'm
I would.
hoping she's getting my meaning. I think she is. All right. We'll get my assistant to run around and get the herbs that you need for that tea then, and that should help settle your nerves. And I call in my little assistant. I just kind of yell out to them in the hallway, and I say, I have a list here of these herbs that you need to get ready, the dried ones for me to put in a tea.
So your assistant takes the letter, or not the letter, but the list. They look over it, look back at you, and then kind of they nod their head, and they go into a back room. You hear them kind of jostling around for a few minutes, and they come out with a like a platter full of ingredients.
All right, great. Then I just kind of I tell her that it'll take me probably like 10 or so minutes to kind of get the portions right, and then I'll make her up some tea bags.
Awesome, thank you. You truly are doing good work here. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I love the flowers, and the tea can be so calming for people, and I love to bring the people what they need.
Yes, thank you.
And then I kind of sit down and start, like, I don't really know how you make tea, chopping up like the leaves and stuff to put them into tea bags.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll in nature.
Nature, that's an 18 as well.
So you're going, and you've got a like nice little kind of pair of scissors, and you've got a mortar and pestle, and
yeah,
you go and you're grinding it all up, and you're making tea, and as you're making it, the woman tries to kind of look over at it, and she gets a whiff at it. You just kind of push her out away, be like, no, don't smell this. And after about
strong stuff.
Yeah, after 10 minutes, you've put them in little kind of sacks, little tea bags, and you've given them to her.
Okay, that is what I have done then. So here's your tea, and definitely let me know if you need more, or if it's not working for you. You can come back and we can look at the dosing for your nerve.
Thank you very much.
That's great then. Thanks for coming in.
They bow their head, they take the bag, and they leave. Another couple minutes pass, and another person enters your shop. This person's taller, lankier, and they're kind of wearing like a little bit of a nicer jacket. It's still a little bit torn up, but they're about a teenager. You can tell that they're kind of either a human or some kind of half elf. They come up and they're like, I am looking for some of the good stuff, and they hand over a bag with 10 gold in it.
All of nature's beautiful plants are good stuff, my friend.
He kind of leans in more, and he's like, I think you know what I mean, man.
Yeah. You're looking for something life-changing?
Yeah, that actually sounds real good. Whatever you've got, I know I've heard you've got the best stuff in town.
I do. I definitely do. It's just out here in the back if you want to come through, and I pull aside the beaded curtain for him.
Okay, so you pull aside the beaded curtain, and it's a grow up. It's like it's a dark kind of room with some magical lighting. Oh,
it's
wow.
a grow up, but this is like these are like my weed plants, but also like my dangerous plants.
Oh, wow, that's good to know.
Yeah. So you're looking for just 10 gold worth?
Yeah, I mean, unless you got something life changing that's more. What's life changing mean?
depends what you're looking for, man, because we get the regular buds, but then we have like the stuff that'll help make you float, the stuff that'll kill your friends, the stuff that'll eat you instead of you eating it. The world's a magical place, man. There's a Venus flytrap like type thing trying to like snap at him.
he looks at her, he's like, ugh. Yeah, maybe something that'll just, fuck me up or get me going.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Some of us just aren't ready for that plane of existence. All right, we'll get you some of that ready then. And I just grab like a few different plants, and like pull the leaves off of them and stuff, and grab my scissors and mortar and pestle and stuff. I'll put it in a little bag for you.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna wait out in the front because the Venus flytrap is like sniffing him and trying to bite at him.
She's harmless. Most of the time. Don't get too close. All right, I bring him out his little baggie of plant, and I say, thanks for coming to Bliss's Bloom and Buds. Tell your friends.
Yeah, we'll do. So he takes, he just kind of puts in his jacket and he leaves. After that, it's pretty quiet. Would you like to do anything while it's quiet?
I'm practicing Tai Chi in the middle of the store, just to like, calm myself and center myself.
Okay, so you're doing Tai Chi, and as you do this, your assistant kind of looks at you as they like sweep the floor and stuff like that. They are kind of used to it.
I would imagine.
Yeah, as it starts to get darker, it's not quite night, but it's evening. You hear a knock at your door.
Okay. At the store?
At the store door, yeah.
All right. I guess I like walk towards the door. Does it have a window or anything where I would be able to see what's happening?
It has a window. As you look through it, you see about 5 people, all wearing armor.
Oh. I kind of like, I unlock the door a little and just like open it a bit, a crack, and say, welcome to Bliss's Bloom and Buds. We're closed for the evening, but you can come back at 8 tomorrow.
I'm here on order of the Emperor. Please let us in.
Yeah, man. What's the Emperor need?
The Emperor needs you to let us in.
Okay. I kind of like open the door and step back.
So the 5 people walk in. The person at the front, the one that you're talking to, he isn't wearing a helmet or anything. His hair is short, but what is there is kind of pulled back with some kind of gel or mousse. And where everyone else has a sword, he has a notepad and a quill.
Okay.
So you are the eponymous Bliss, I take it?
I am Bliss. That is me.
How long have you been a florist, Bliss?
My whole life, man. My whole life, I've loved the flowers.
Interesting. The past king, the last emperor, you made some arrangements for him, correct? You made some arrangements for birthdays and events.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like the king loved our flowers here. He loved all of them.
And you only traffic in flowers, correct?
Flowers, some plants. Depends on whatever's needed around here. I make some teas. We love the mint. Not really a flower, but it does smell real good. Want a whiff? And I grab a mint plant off of like just a shelf and like hold it out to him.
So as you hold it out, everybody puts their hands on their swords because they're not quite sure what it is.
All right then, and I just kind of put it back up on the shelf.
Do you mind if we take a look around?
You can't. I mean, what's this about?
So as you know, the new Emperor Siskel has taken regency in the absence of an heir to the past emperor. In his investigation of the last emperor's untimely passing, we found some suspicious plants and poison, and we're just doing our due diligence to find what happened.
I yeah, I hear ya. I do. But listen, the whole back room is like a forest. I can sure let you back there, but I don't know how much of it you're going to be able to get through and see. While I'm saying this, I'm kind of like my intention is I'm going to try to make the plants like overgrow in the back so that he can't like really get through.
Okay.
And I want to use my druid craft for that.
Okay, I'm gonna have you roll a stealth as you do that.
Oh, this is not going to be good. Yeah, no, that is a 6. I am not being stealthy.
So he kind of sees that your hand is waving and stuff like that as you're pointing towards the room, and he sees the vines are starting to grow there. He looks over and he just kind of chuckles like, "You're not under investigation, Bliss. Don't worry. There's nothing that you need to worry about."
Well, I hear ya. All right. Well, you take your look around. You do your looking.
So the 4 other guards, they're looking around your shop. They're starting in the front. But the main guy, the one with the gelled back hair, he has a couple more questions to ask you. Now, did you ever make any potions or do any other work for the past emperor?
For the past emperor? I don't know. I'm sure I made him a tea or two. No potions or anything like that, but definitely some teas and some medicinal ointments. But mostly just like you said, he liked some arrangements for weddings and birthdays and big celebrations inside the city.
Mm-hmm.
I have the best flowers. They're just beautiful. They're just so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. They are very, very pleasant to look at. How do you get them to grow so large?
Love, man. It's just the love. You sing to them, you tell them what good little plant dudes they are. You give them lots of love and lots of water. It's just love. That's the secret ingredient.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know if I need to roll persuasion because I'm pretty sure Bliss also believes that it is just love.
No, it's okay. That's fine. And you're not using any magic?
Magic? No.
Now you can roll deception.
If love is magic, man, love is magic, man. Oh, that is a crit fail. That is not good.
No magic at all.
No, no, none of that. No, look, man. It's just you gotta help the plants grow however they grow, right?
He just kind of licks his lips there. He puts his pad and quill away, and he takes out a letter. And he passes you the letter. This one doesn't have a willow on it. This one has the royal seal.
Okay. I open the letter, take out contents.
So it's just a letter inside the envelope there, signed by the emperor himself.
The new one?
The new one, yeah. This is an invitation to the Emperor's Adventuring Guild. You have been chosen to join, and you are expected to be at the courtyard tomorrow morning.
What's this mean though, man? Because what about my shop?
You don't have to worry about the shop. And as you say that, you see one of the guards just kind of takes one of the pots and just kind of throws it onto the ground.
Yeah, no, man, that's not cool. Like I said, the plants need love. You can't just throw them at the ground. That isn't love, man. There will
Love.
be no destroying of my plants.
So you'll be at the courtyard tomorrow, ready to leave the city for as long as it will take?
Well, that depends, man. Does someone get to stay here and take care of the plants, or are you gonna smash them all? Because if you're gonna smash my plants, I'm not going anywhere.
They look over and they're like, "Do you have an assistant? Anyone that can mind the shop
I
while you're
do.
here, or shall we look after it?"
Yeah. No, you don't touch the plants, buddy. I will have my assistant, but you just leave it alone.
He chuckles again. He's like, "Feisty."
Oh man, you're not cool, man, but I guess I'll be there in the morning.
Okay, men, let's leave it to clean.
That wasn't very chill, I say, and close the door behind them.
Mhm. So they
And
they
then
they all leave and you close and lock the door.
yes, and then I pick up my little plant buddy and I put him in a new vase or whatever and start like singing to him and like trying to bring him back.
Mhm. Roll a nature.
Haha, see, this is where I'm good. That is a dirty 20.
So it's a like daffodil. It's was a very small flower, and
Mhm.
as it just kind of laid on the floor, and you could see the roots, but you quickly grabbed it and you replanted it. You gave it some water and you sang to it, and it went from being very droopy to growing back out and blossoming again strong.
Oh, that's right, little buddy, I say, and I kind of give it like a tap on the top as if I were petting it on the head.
Um,
And I say, where do I live in comparison to here? Like on top of my shop
yeah,
or?
you would live on top or somewhere in the back.
All right, well then I say goodnight to my plant friends and kind of close up the shop and go up my stairs to my place above it.
So you go to your home above it. It's covered in vines and flowers,
Oh yeah.
um, and stuff like that. It almost seems like this building was actually built around a tree, and
Mm,
everything else was just kind of cut out of it. On the inside, on the outside, it looks like a regular brick building. On the inside, it
mhm,
looks like there's a stairway that was built from a tree. So you get up there. You're in. It's like a small studio apartment, basically,
mhm.
with some stained windows that watch over the street.
I just kind of casually wander around and I water all of my plants and kind of get myself ready for bed and then I go to bed.
Okay. So you go to bed, and as you're sleeping, your mind starts to wander, and you
Mm,
start to have a very weird lucid dream. So you wake up in a very large empty field. You are all alone in this field.
okay. I guess I just kind of stand there and look around, see what's around me, like if I can get my bearings or whatever.
Okay. So you're looking around, and as you do, you kind of step, and as you step, you see flowers following you as you like underneath your feet.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I guess I lean over to inspect and pick one.
Okay, as you go down to pick one, you see your hand, and your hand seems to be very wavy, almost like it's in some kind of transition.
Okay. I got that. I kind of stare at it and I'm like, whoa, trippy.
As you look back up, it has gone from middle of the day to a nice clear night, and there is a unnaturally large full moon above you.
Yeah, I think at that point I'd be like a little bit like nervous about what's happening. So I just kind of like look at it, kind of decide that that's just a little bit weird, and then just kind of like start walking in one direction, hoping to like find my way out of here.
So as you start walking away, you still feel the moonlight on you, and it
Mm,
seems to almost invigorate you. Like makes you feel like you can run faster, lift heavy things. You feel great as you kind of start walking down. Eventually, you find that although you were walking with any aim, you start to find a path. Nothing like gravel or anything like that. It's just a worn grass path. It leads to what looks like an overgrown castle. Like the castle is covered with vines.
Okay.
Okay. Are you going to continue walking towards it?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna kind of like inspect it from afar, but I assume that there's like a drawbridge or some type of large door. It looks abandoned.
Well, the closer you get to it, the larger it seems. By the time you get close to where the drawbridge is, its walls are gigantic. From what you see here, it is overgrown with vines.
Okay. Is there a way in?
Yeah, so there is a drawbridge, and you see that there is a crank on your side.
Okay. I go over to examine the crank and see if it looks like it's in working order.
Give me an investigation.
4.
You're not quite sure.
All right, I'm gonna give it a test crank then.
Okay, as you do it, it slowly starts to move with you and begins to slowly lower.
Okay, great. I would like to continue to lower it down then, so I can let myself in.
Yeah. So as it drops, you hear, and it stays down.
Great. I would like to walk in.
So as you walk in, you find yourself kind of like in a small like town square, but this one looks very familiar to you.
Okay.
Do you want to roll a history for me?
I would. I think that's a nat 20, and then just with pluses. So good. Very good. So
you recognize this as an entry point into the capital, but unlike what you can kind of know, per every day, the architecture looks a little different, and it's covered with vines. It looks less human, and none of the language that you see there is something that is anything that you understand. You, however, don't see any people.
There are no people. Nope. All right. And I can't comprehend the language at all. Like, it's not something I recognize.
No, it's not something you recognize at all. You can try to if you want to give me an investigation.
Nah, that's probably not something I'd recognize. All right. Then I guess I want to kind of like walk around a little bit and see if there's any other hints or anything that I should see.
So as you walk around, you still don't see any humans or any life at all other than the vines, and you still feel the moonlight hitting your back.
Weird.
After a little bit, I want you to give me a perception.
Okay, then I will perceive. That is 14.
Nice. So you're looking around kind of for anything at this point, and you see some movement off to your far left, and you only see it for a second, but it looks very bright, very sparkly, in lack of a better term.
Okay.
And it seemed to have just gone around a corner.
Oh, I definitely follow it.
As you follow it, you start to see some what look like claw marks, but these claw marks seem to have some kind of pinkish, glittery goo in the claw marks.
Gross. Are they in the same direction that I'm heading?
Yep.
Oh, good. That's good. All right, I still keep going in that direction.
Okay.
But maybe like more warily.
So as you continue to follow, you take the corner. You don't see anything other than more claw marks, But it seems like the
Okay.
claw marks are going up a particular street that will take you farther deeper into the city.
Okay. I would still like to follow them.
So you follow them deeper into the city. You follow this trail clear past where the castle to be. You kind of walk through where the castle would be, and it doesn't look like the castle has been built the way that you recognize it. It
Okay.
looks like something a little bit more archaic or something from a different period. But that's like kind of like at the top of a hill, and you see more claw marks go down, and it looks like they're going towards the bay, to a harbor.
Okay. I am still going to follow them.
As you get closer, you go to what for you would have been like another housing district, but in this age, it looks like it is a number of houses that are built into a cliff face, and there is a large kind of harbor dock at the bottom. As you look out to the horizon, you see glints of white, and as you continue to watch, it seems like they're getting closer, and you see that this white is sails. There's just looks like the entire horizon is covered in sails and large boats.
Wow. Okay. And that's not a normal thing for here?
No.
Okay.
Like this is like a line of ships coming into the harbor, and they just span the entire horizon.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And okay. Well, I can't really do much from land other than to look at them.
So you see there's still more claw marks that go up to the end of the pier.
All right. I go up, but not like to the right end of the pier because I don't want to like fall off, but just like to where I can see where the pier stops.
Okay, so you get up and you give it a nice wide berth there, but you are able to see the reflection of the moon in the night bay.
Okay.
And in the reflection, it looks like there's something moving around.
In the reflection, like in the water?
In the reflection, like you look up at the moon isn't moving, but it looks like the reflection of the moon is moving in the water.
I kind of call out, hello?
So as you do that, you see the water at the end of the pier starts to kind of almost form a whirlpool, and it just kind of goes down, and two very large white pearlescent wings pop up as a very bright shining dragon comes up from the water, and it is
a dragon.
A very large dragon.
Quick question. Have I ever seen a dragon before?
You've heard tell of them before.
Sure.
There are dragons alive, but dragons are very powerful beings in this realm.
I guess my question is, would I realistically be scared?
Roll nature.
Though my nature is a +4, that makes that a 7.
You're not entirely sure, but you know that it's very big, and that might be a little intimidating.
Okay, then instead of screaming, I just kind of go, whoa, whoa, and step back a little bit to observe its grandeur.
So it seems to light up the night as it makes its way to the end of the pier, and it looks at you with its very brilliant eyes. Like its eyes seem to almost like looking into the sun.
Right.
And you hear a voice in the back of your head.
Okay.
Fret not, my child. Do you know?
What?
I am a dream dragon.
Yeah. Okay. What's happening here?
I want you to know that you are not alone, and that you have great things ahead of you.
I just own a flower shop, man.
I know, and I wish for simpler times, but you have received a call, and although I question the validity, I need you to answer the call.
You mean from those guys?
Yes.
Okay. This is the weirdest dream I've ever had.
I know, I'm sorry about that. As a dream dragon, there's only so many ways I can communicate.
No bad feelings, man. Don't worry about it.
I want you to know that you are capable of more than you ever thought, and that your powers are not just limited to plants. And as it says that, it looks at you and it just opens its mouth and it kind of breathes on you, and it feels like the nicest spring kind of breeze. It's almost fragrant, like perfume.
That's weird.
Look to the water, my child.
I do.
Okay.
I do that.
As you look over into the water, you see that you have been turned into a porcupine.
What? That I have been turned into a porcupine?
Been turned into a porcupine.
Whoa, man, not cool. Not cool, man. No.
As you say that, you kind of like shake. You see yourself be like transformed back into yourself. As you continue on your journey, I know you will find more things about yourself, and I will be there to guide you.
Just don't keep doing that stuff to me. I don't want to be a porcupine.
You can be whatever you put your mind to.
Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa.
Thanks, dragon dude.
So as the dragon kind of goes back into the water, you just hear in the back of your mind, don't forget, tomorrow morning, your new life begins. And everything starts to get kind of hazy again, and it looks like you're starting to kind of wake up.
All right. That's a trippy dream.
So you wake up in your bed, and it is very early the next morning. The sun's just kind of starting to peek into your windows.
Whoa.
The letter, the invitation, is on your nightstand. Would you like
I kind of pick it up and look at it?
Yeah, it's an invitation to the Adventuring Guild. I want you to roll a perception for me.
I will do that. That is an 8.
Okay. As you kind of sit up, you feel something kind of prick you in your back, but you're not quite sure what it is. You don't really care.
Man, I must have slept weird, I think to myself, and then keep getting up and out of bed. I guess I'm gonna go down to that thing to go see those people.
Okay. And with that, we're gonna end tonight. Thank you for listening to Grinning Griffin Presents The Witch Hunter Wars. If you liked what you heard and would like to keep up to date on the podcast, you can follow us on Facebook at Grinning Griffin. And if you'd like to support us and get access to tons of upcoming side quests, behind the scenes features, and even supplementary content, you can find us at patreon.com/GrinningGriffin. Thank you so much for your support of making the Witch Hunter War a success, and we will see you next week.